everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kids. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to get that much content out to you lately. I've been really busy with school. I've got my mocks in January, so it's been quite busy, and as a result of that I've only got 4 completed pages to show you this month. However, I do have quite a lot of art to show you for my art projects, and a couple of whips as well, which I'm hoping to get finished for December. We're breaking up quite early this month for Christmas, which is going to be nice. I mean, it gives me extra time to revise, but I am allowing specific days where I'm not going to do anything, and also every day I'm going to try to do some sort of creative like outlet, whether that be colouring or crafting, stuff like that, just because it really keeps me in a good mentality and like positivity and stuff. And as I've said to you before, I find that if I don't colour on some days, it does feel strange, and it is always good to at least give, you know, even 10 minutes just something to do and look forward to. So yeah, I'm going to get started. The first thing I want to show you is a picture that my mum did for my hashtag this month. As you all know, I did embellishments in November, and this was her contribution. I drew this for her as part of my 12 postcards, where she opens ones each month and colours it, or as you can see here, she watercolours it. All of the pictures that I completed this month were for embellishments for November also. Sorry, no, embellishments in November. I can't even get my hashtag right. But yeah, she used the De La watercolours. And then for the embellishments, she used some of the new pearl paints I got from Fine Tech. These ones. And I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. She watered down some of the clear one, I think, and put it over the ivy, and also on these little leaves here, which she made red. She also added some more berries in for the holly, because I hadn't done that many and I forgot I hadn't actually, but yeah, she added more of those in, did more red, and then also used a pencil hybrid dual metallic which was green with red glitter on all of the holly, which I think was so pretty. So I really like it, and we've got this up in our sitting room at the moment. Really gorgeous. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that participated in my colour along. I had so many entries, and I will be putting a video together. I have done most of the screenshotting now to put them together, and it will be coming after this video at some point. So thank you again to everybody who contributed. It was so fun. I had loads and loads of fun with it. And it was so enjoyable to see all your pictures as well. So the first page that I finished in November was I Believe in Fairies, or a picture from it. And as you all know, I've got this, if you've seen my haul, this little pocket portfolio to put my postcards in. So this is the one that I did last month, and this is the one that I did this month. So this is the I Believe in Fairies postcards by Clara Markova, if you haven't seen them. And this is my second completed one. So for this, I used Holbeins mainly, with some polychromos and Prismacolor as well, but mainly Holbeins. I was trying to stick to one brand. I used some of my new paints for the flame here, and for also just like bases and stuff for some bits. It was really fun using them. I also used my Jelly Roll glaze here for the see-through bag, and I found that when I did it with one coat, it didn't work very well, so I went over a second time, and as you can see, it worked really well. So I'm going to do that from now on. I'm going to do 2 coats of that. I used a Jelly Roll Gold, a clear Jelly Roll Stardust, my new Arteza white gel pens, which were amazing. I used them for the background, and originally I think I forgot to do all of the stars and stuff in the background, but I went back in and added it. And I used my Zest It blend to blend everything, and I recently got a Zest It sponge, which is great. It works really well. Some fine liners, and I think that's probably it. But I had a lot of fun with it, and initially when I saw this one, I knew that I wanted to do it, and I was a bit late to the Halloween, you know, trend and all that, because this is meant to be what I called it, like trick-or-treating page. So I finished it quite a bit into November. I was quite late to start my colouring because I was just so incredibly busy, but it was really fun to get this one done, and it's so cute. And I'm hoping to follow the tutorial that Chris Cheng did for another postcard in the I Believe in Fairies. So that's my first completed page, or postcard I should say. And I think that, well, obviously it was for my colour along. It was also for Colourists Give Back 2020, hosted by the lovely Shannon. I absolutely love that colour along, and as you can see I really enjoyed colouring that page. It was for Instagram Coloria Halloween, hosted by Colouring Helga. The November Nights colour along, hosted by Kirsty Colour and Sketch. Colour Me a Lantern or a Candle, hosted by Eclair50. Autumn Butterflies, hosted by Stormlight Mirage. And the Firelight colour along as well, hosted by Swordy Colours and Sari_Books and Colours, so quite a few there. The next page that I did was from Peter Pan by Fabriano Attanasio, and this was a buddy colour with the lovely Robin, and I had so much fun doing this, and we've actually done 2 buddy colours this month, which I will show you shortly. And the page I did in here was, or were, the mermaids. So again, I really enjoyed doing this one, and it's my second page in this book. I did this one as well. For this page I used Zest It Blend to blend everything, chalk pastels for the background, it's quite long actually, I haven't got it all in. Prismacolor pencils, I think I just used those with maybe a few Holbeins. What else did I use? My new Arteza white gel pens. I actually used the jelly roll for 2 of the tails, and it was bugging me so much, and then these came right in the nick of time, and I used them for, I think, one of them, and honestly they're amazing, love them. I used a gold jelly roll, a silver glitter Uniball Signo gel pen to outline all of the tails and the fins, so sparkly, really love it. I used a green Posca glitter, not sure if you can see that, on these leaf bits, and also I used a purple one, orange one, and then the green again on their tails, along with light washes of the Kilero paints. So again, it goes for Embellishments in November, and it was a lot of fun. So I believe this one was for my colour along. Also, Colour Your Lyrics 2020, hosted by Colour with Claire and Jamali_creative. So this inspired me because I love this song called Lost Boys by Ruth B, and we actually did it in our Leavers school assembly because we'd done Peter Pan for our production, and it just really reminded me of that, and that song is absolutely gorgeous and I love it. So I'd highly recommend going and watching her music video. But yeah, really like this one. I can't wait to do another picture. It was also really nice sticking to one pencil brand and, you know, trying to just limit myself and see what I can do, and the Prismacolors worked really well with the Zest It. The next page I did probably only about a week ago now. I hardly did anything in between those 2 pages and the next 2 I'm showing you. But this is the Disney Art Deco Hachette Heroes book, and I was very kindly sent this by Shannon, along with some other gorgeous books and supplies which are shown in my haul. And I did a page in here which was Tinkerbell, this one. So all of these pages are actually up on my Instagram as well, so if you ever want to see what I'm up to for the month, you can always head on over there. But for this one I had so much fun. I used gouache, which is something that I never really do in colouring books, but I thought, well, I've seen other people use gouache in these, especially Francis, and I thought, well, the paper seems like it can hold up to it. I really wanted to have some nice block colour as well for the background, because I thought, well, it's Art Deco, it would suit it. So in the end I went for some gouache for all of this yellow and the blue. I used Faber-Castell Classic pencils for Tinkerbell herself. Then I used the Fine Tech paints for lots of the border bits for the Art Deco, as you can see. And then I used my new Spectrum Noir sparkle pens sent by the lovely Sue for my birthday for the green. There's a gorgeous green, what's it called? Called Linen, which I used for the green here on these lines, and also over her dress, so her dress is actually sparkly. I also used the pearl colours for Tinkerbell's wings there, and then I went over some of the lines with a silver glitter Uniball Signo and a normal silver Uniball Signo as well for all of the stars. So It was so much fun. It didn't take long at all. I think I did it in a couple of hours or so one morning, and it was a lot of fun. I did put some fixative on it to stop the glitter, but I think with the fixative, I mean, at least for me, it doesn't really prevent the glitteriness, unfortunately, but that's all right. I can just rub it off on the other side. One of my favourite bits about this actually is, well, this paint here is one of the clear Finetec paints, but it's got the blue tint to it. And you can never really see on Instagram, or even in the light actually, how gorgeous it is. But I absolutely love them, and I've been using them so much, as you can tell. So this one was for my colour along embellishments in November, and also the water medium November, hosted by Gemini_adult_colouring. So this was so much fun, and I really love this book. And as I said, it is buckling, but if I stuck a load of books on top of that, I'm sure it would flatten out, but it doesn't really bother me. Really like it. And the final full page that I did this month was for Worlds Within Worlds, from Worlds Within Worlds, sorry, by Kirby Rosannes. So this is my second picture completed in this book, and originally I had started colouring it because I really wanted to do a page for Effie's Kirby Magic November, because I always want to do a page from her colour alongs because I really enjoy doing them, and she comes up with some great ideas as well. So yeah, I originally started colouring it, and me and Robin had so much fun doing the Peter Pan page that we decided to do another buddy colour, and I think she's almost finished with hers as well, and I'll edit my post and put her picture in once she's completed it. But yeah, I've done the snow globe page, this one, and I was working on it probably for about 5 or 6 days on and off, and I had a lot of fun. And it's really nice because it's still Kirby, obviously, but it's a bit less detailed, and it was one of those that I could properly enjoy and didn't feel like I was rushing, and it was so fun to do. So as I said, this is for Kirby Magic November, hosted by Effie Colours, and I think that was it, and obviously for my colour along as well. Yeah. So for this one, again, I used just Prismacolor. I think I limited myself, which I was really proud of. Again, I did the background. Now it's going to be quite hard to see because the light is really bright, but for the background I used some pinks around the little falling petals. So I made this like a Sakura cherry blossom tree. They're quite prominent in Japan and other places, I believe, but it was really fun to do a pink tree, and so I did that. And again, I use Zest Blend quite a lot for this. I use my fine liners quite a bit. I can't remember what this is called, I'm so sorry, but I outlined it in clear jelly roll to really make it stand out, and I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Then I used a white Posca, a thick one, to do some snow to make it look like a snow globe. I think the petals were meant to kind of suggest that anyway, but I decided to add more snow in. Then I used my Arteza white gel pens for all of this water. I love how the water turned out, and they are amazing. And I used just a bit of the clear jelly roll glaze to do an outline for some of the water as well. And then we have a gold jelly roll which I smudged around here on purpose to give a little bit of a suggestion of the gold, but not as bold as the pen. And again, on the dragon, I did a little I used the cotton bud just to flatten it out and give a bit of shimmer. And I think that was it. It was so much fun, and I think I completed it a few days ago, just adding the final touches, that sort of thing. So yeah, again, really enjoyed this one. And the only other page I completed in here was the big dinosaur page, which was done quite a few months ago during the first major lockdown. I forgot to mention the Art Deco page was for Kalua Horde, hosted by the lovely Devella. So they are all my completed pages. I have 2 whips which I'm hoping to get done next month, but we'll see. The page from Fairy Touch and Magic I worked on during a stream, and I haven't worked on since because, as I said, I was working on the other pages. I think since last month I've only done a few other bits. I was doing this biscuit during the stream. I need to do this one. Really pleased with how it's turned out though. My favourite bit of the page so far are these flowers here. I did the jam on stream as well. I did a few things, but really I haven't done much, and I am definitely going to get back to it. I also want to do a Christmas page in here, but honestly I don't think I'm going to get round to it. I've picked out a few pages that I really want to do, and if I have time I will do more. But I absolutely love this book so much, and I need to be a bit quicker when I'm colouring, but at the same time I don't want to rush, and you know, I colour at my own pace, and that's all right. So I've used polychromos, Holbeins, loads of Faber-Castell products on this page. Really like how it's turning out. And finally, my whip from Ivy, as you know. I've still got the whips as usual. I think I did do a bit more of this though. Maybe I didn't. But as I said, I just come back to this, you know, at intervals. This must be one of the most long-standing whips I've ever had. It's been going for quite a while, as well as this one, but I'm not going to rush it, and I'm really enjoying working in this second time around so far. So yeah, that's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. So now moving on to all of my art. Let me just get it. Last month during my colorathon I was doing a lino print, and I showed everything that was kind of cut out, and we were meant to be going to London then. I was going to take photos. Obviously that didn't happen. We're actually going this weekend though, once the lockdown is lifted tomorrow. But yeah, so we're gonna go there, but I've stuck everything down basically in this now, so everything's to show you in here. I don't want to hit the camera. Ooh, let me just move my books, because then I can move my book back a bit, and that will be a bit easier. Sorry for the shadow. Okay, there we go, that's a bit better. Move this. So this is going to be quite hard to see, I think. I haven't finished this yet, obviously that's why it's really light. Let me move the camera up. I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, so I think that's a bit better. So I think you already saw this, and these I think you may have seen all on its own, but I've now stuck it down. This is on a flap so that you can see the whole thing, but I believe I showed all of this. So this is my Tolkien response, or like copies. Then I used his work to create my own version of the Liberty card that Rifle Paper did, and Anna Bond is the illustrator for that. So I was experimenting with that, showing what it looked like with gouache and then without, stuff like that. These are all of my prints for the Liberty lino print. So this is kind of all the stages. So I did 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then the final thing, which you'll see in a minute. I've got some pictures as well. Oh, this is really heavy. I have my lino print there, which I have stuck in because it's really good to have. This, I used the ink pads that I got and offset it. So I did a green and then a grey, and it worked really well. That's probably my favourite print, actually, apart from this one, which was just the black ink on tissue, which worked well. And actually, I do quite like this one as well. This again was an offset one with yellow ink and then the black on top, so it was like two-tone. That's probably my favourite spread of these actually. Then we have a few experiments which didn't work totally how I expected, but my teacher always says to include mistakes as well, because it just gives you extra marks and really shows, you know, showing your mistakes does still, you know, show the process. So this was printed onto acetate, which is like a plastic, sorry for the glare, which worked all right, but this one didn't work quite as well. Didn't really turn out how I was envisaging, but I have the orangey colour and then the black in the background. This one has a painted rainbow effect in the back of it. And this one absolutely failed. I was trying to do the two-tone again with the white and the black, and it didn't work. The inks never dry, and yeah, it just smudged quite a lot, as you can see. Then after that, I decided to actually do Anna Bond and study her. So I've almost finished with it now, and I'm on to the plan for my final piece, which is in 2 weeks. So this is my spread of Anna Bond, lots of pictures there. I haven't painted anything apart from the background for this, so with these it's kind of just showing examples of her work. Then I've done the different seasons. These are mostly direct copies, because as part of your response you do direct copies of the artist and then your own, you know, response as well. So spring, summer, and then autumn, winter. My favourite is definitely the summer one. And then let me move these. This is something I've nearly finished. This is my response piece. So as you can see, I've got the quote, "Every winter has its spring." I have painted these blue flowers, these pink flowers, and then I have used some wrapping paper that I have to cut all of these other flowers out and collage them. So the trickiest thing has been to paper cut them so that you can still see the writing, and it's taken me quite a while, but what I'm going to do is add a few more, do a watercolour wash in the background so that hopefully the writing stands out a bit more, and then it will be done. I'm really pleased with it so far. And that's everything in my book, but now I'm moving on to my final piece. So what I've decided to do is do this picture of my old house, actually, and so it reminded me of Liberty, obviously, because it's got the black and white wood. So this will be a lino print eventually. What we have to do for our plans is kind of show what will be, but obviously we're not allowed to do the final piece until we you know, actually get around to doing it. So this is just this is what will eventually happen. So this wrapping paper here, which is the Liberty, represents a collage of flowers and stuff that I will do for the bush. As I said, this picture will be a lino print, and I also did a black acrylic painting, rough painting of the house, which will represent what the lino will look like. So it's a lot of planning that kind of goes with it, just to show the process and different ways of presenting stuff. My final idea for this is to do a lino print of the house, do some paintings of flowers inspired by Anna Bond, and then collage them to make the bush, and do 4 and then show the different seasons, so they kind of hopefully will all link together. And I'm pleased with how it's going, and we've got a 5-hour like day at school to do it before Christmas, and then after Christmas we also have more double lessons to finish it. So yeah, that's everything I have to show you. So obviously not as much as usual, but I really hope you've enjoyed seeing everything nevertheless. Thank you so much for watching, and again to all of you that join my colour along, I really appreciate it, and a video will be coming soon. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.